walk up this morning?
Hey, dude.
You legs tired?
You've got it. Don't worry. Yeah,
Hey.
I'm refreshed.
Oh, are you?
I am
That's
refreshed.
what we like to hear. I like a refreshing.
There's also dang it.
What you
No. I wasn't gonna walk that way because there's a spider web, and I walked straight through it, and he's probably living on me now.
Oh,
He's probably already planted his eggs on my latissimus dorsi.
your latissimus dorsi.
Look how foamy I look like you this morning.
Dude, you're foamed up. Proud of you.
Mm.
Oh, slowly but surely turning into me.
Cappuccino vibes.
Cappuccino vibes.
So I slept. I feel like I slept for eternity last night.
I feel like I did the same as well.
I remember because I never know what time it is in the morning. I'm very bad at that. I have no idea. It could be 2 a.m. Especially when you start going to bed that early. I was clocked by 8:30 last night.
Yep.
I could have woke up at 2 and been like, I feel like I've been here for a year now.
Time to get up.
But what happened was, I kept waking up or like coming to consciousness in the middle of the night, being like, just sleep, Jordan, just keep on going. And I was just like, it felt like I just took like 80 naps last night, dude. It was great.
Nice.
And then my alarm happened to go off as I'm like 6 feet from my bed on the way to go pee for my first time.
Ooh.
What a great snooze.
Good for you, dude. I'm glad you're back on your...
like a new man.
You're back on your grind. I like it. I like it a lot.
I never left the grind. That's my little secret.
That's what I'm saying.
Permanently grinding.
There you go. Ooh.
No, not like that. No, not like that. Though. I don't mean it like that.
We're back in our original spot this morning.
I know. I feel like we've deterred. We've deteriorated.
Slightly.
I don't know if deteriorated. That's not the word.
There's no food this morning.
We've deterred from the common grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make any sense.
I did. No. I was just gonna let you have it though.
The good news is we've gone to the fans. We've gotten some very good concepts. I always forget we got them for concepts. They're better at concepts than I am, to be honest.
Same.
So these are some things that people wanted us to touch on. And actually, correction, we're gonna start with the one you brought up because I think this is a good start.
Okay.
Red and green flags.
And people.
No, dogs, Scotty.
I was gonna say traffic lights.
No, red and green flags.
Yep.
We're not talking King of the Hill.
No.
Capture the flag.
No. We're talking. It's okay. We'll talk about it later. No, we're talking about the things that are a red flag, so a no-go in a person, and the things that are a green flag, which is like pursue the person and try to get to know them a little bit better.
I'm so excited for our most important red flag. Should we say that for last? Or should we just start a rant from that one?
I think if we start a rant on it, the entire episode is going to be that.
We want to keep all our all the owners from leaving.
Exactly.
Because they're going to leave. You know what I mean?
100%. It's like,
we're going to offend them for sure.
Oh, yeah, we're getting rid of some people today. Yeah, we're gonna weed the crowd.
Red flags. These are going to be generalized red flags.
Yep.
I think red flags are personalized.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. Very personalized. Most red flags are personalized. But like, there are a couple cliche red flags in a person
Yep.
that I feel like you just could have.
Yep.
Now, will these be completely serious? Probably
No.
Based on the only one I know we have? No. Now, I'm going to try to think of a couple other serious ones. This is very on the spot for us. Do you have any?
I love how we had the idea yesterday and neither of us put together a list.
Oh, I didn't think about it. I was like, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
That's it. I thought it was done.
It was a good idea.
We have one good one.
We do have one good one.
But I feel like I can
would
think of
say
red flags in a
there's
person.
a lot of red flags in people. I think a giant red flag for me is inconsistency. That's a really big red flag where if you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it, it's like, okay, cool. One. If you do it again, it's like, okay, this is becoming a problem.
It also makes you think, like, is that how many aspects of life does that trickle down to where they say they're going to do it and they don't?
Exactly. So I say, inconsistency is a huge one. Impatient is another one for me.
Impatience is a big red flag.
Impatience is another
people.
big one. And just people in general, yeah. Impatience is another one. Generally just being like rude. Or like, I think generally being rude, but taking that a step further and thinking you're better than people.
Okay.
Looking down on others and in any way.
I feel like red flags, like in my mind, this is a very personalized thing. Like, if it's super obvious, I don't even consider that a red flag. I consider that a bad thing.
I think, but like you see, what I'm talking about is you see a red flag. Like a lot of times people hide that stuff until you're like out in public with them and stuff. Because
get them, dude.
I've had people in my life where seemed like a great person until I got them in a certain situation, and then it was like, oh, like that came out. Like that's a little bit. I've got that.
But that also comes along with the consistency because it seems that they put up some sort of facade at the beginning.
Exactly. this is not on the person directly, but it affects the person hugely.
Tell him, dude.
A person's family.
I have. That's another topic we're gonna get to today. Is dating a person's family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, a person's
and it's
family.
not just dating, but I
No.
guess for the most part, this comes more in relationships because,
Mhm.
like, I'm sure I got homies who don't got cool families.
No, but you're a part of the family, and like the reason I say that is, you know, and it's not everybody, and this is just generalized, and this is just from the people that I've met in my life. More often than not, you pick up traits from your family, good and bad,
Correct.
because they're the people you're around the most
Correct.
growing up, and so
And that's a completely subconscious
it's a
thing.
completely subconscious thing. And so when you meet someone's family, and there's something that's off,
Yeah.
it's like you start to think like, could this person hold this characteristic?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
is
100%.
this a thing that? And then you start to dive into it a little bit more. And I think it's kind of a realization a lot of the time, and it's happened to me a lot where I won't see something on somebody because I'm so into like being around them.
Yeah.
That once I'm around their family and I see that thing where I'm not attached to their family at all,
Yep.
and I see something that I don't like, all of a sudden I start to see it in
Yeah.
the person, and I'm like, shit, I wish I didn't meet their family. And then,
Yeah.
but then it's like it's a blessing in disguise, because then I'm like, if I didn't do that, we would have gone down the line, gotten this friendship or relationship a little bit deeper, and then we'd have to end it on a bad note.
Mhm.
So that's a big one for me.
I
I'm gonna
do-
let you, because I just rattled off a couple.
No, you're
lines.
good. You're good. That's perfect. I think, on the contrary, what you just said, I think there is a strong opposite scenario. Now, I don't think this one's as common.
Mhm.
I do think there is people who have, and this could be subconscious or consciously, realized all the things that their family
Oh yeah.
does wrong and is actually quite the opposite. I
Agreed.
know in men it's a big thing to, let's say they have a fatherly figure that isn't a stand-up person,
Mhm.
and they spend their entire life trying to be everything but them.
Mhm.
Now that's a harsh example, but that is an example of how somebody I think might actually, if they have the consciousness to realize how their family behaves, or the things, or the red flags, they might even already realize the red flags their family before you have,
Mhm.
and have set themselves apart.
Exactly, and I think that's like, I'm not gonna say it's uncommon, because I have met a lot of people like that as well. I'm just saying it normally
Majority-wise.
shifts. Yeah, it shifts in the
No, you're
other
right.
direction, unfortunately.
And I think when you date someone, you date their family.
100%. And
Like,
you have to be
it's so true.
You have to be around the family, like all that. Like that's just what I like about it, and I love about being in a relationship is you bring in such a new group of people into your life.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're almost like you're forced into you're not forced, but you're welcomed into a new tribe, I guess you
100%.
should say. And so you almost have this immediate backing. Not that you're immediately welcomed into the family. You have to earn your right, and you
100%.
have to play the part, and you have to be in the game. But it opens you up to a new life with new people, and
Yeah.
you get to like experience that. And if you're not enjoying the experience, it's living in misery. And I just don't think anybody should strive to live in misery.
That is a good point.
You know.
It's just a tough one. I feel like there's people who meet what they feel to be their soulmate, and they just have shitty families, and they're like,
And that's
Well-
true. And I've also found that like people who have like a lot of times people who have like shittier families, a lot of the time like the person will like call it out before you meet them.
Oh,
like
okay,
they'll
okay,
call out their ticks and just be like, hey, like listen, this is what my mom's like.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
letting
yeah.
you know ahead of time, like. And that's the cool thing to know, because that's somebody who's very aware of the situation, and so I can respect that.
I do really think, though, that is one of the most prominent situations where you need to be open-minded, is when you meet somebody's family, because I think people have a natural inclination, with family in specific, to assume that your family is the baseline for how a family should behave, and then other families, however they may differ from that,
Mhm.
is now off.
Mhm.
When in reality, it's not the case. Every family is completely different. So if you go into a family scenario thinking that they're supposed to be like your family,
Exactly.
the bar set for their behavior and their character and their traits is your family, you're going to have a really big problem.
And I also think because like I'm one of the, and I don't know if you're like this, but let's just say relationship wise.
Yeah.
If I'm dating somebody and I go into the relationship, I've already thought about the future.
Yeah, of course.
Every
you have
single
to.
time. Like I don't understand people who just date people to date people. They just like I just bounce around and see. Like if I'm dating you, I see a future with you. Like I could honestly say like I could see you as my wife one day. Like that's
Or at least that is what you're analyzing at all times.
exactly.
And people make it out to be this edgy topic. It's
Exactly.
like, oh, he's thinking too far ahead.
No,
she's
it's
thinking
like,
too far ahead.
because I'm not like It's a big on. I'm not gonna waste my time, and it's the return on investment. Like I'm not dating somebody as a placeholder.
Correct.
You know, like that's just like that doesn't make sense to me. And so, like when I do date somebody, I always kind of go, if I brought my family dynamic, and they brought their family dynamic, and that's why I love meeting their families. I'm like, if I brought the two families together, would it be beautiful?
Yeah.
Would it be a fun world? And then also I look a little bit further. I'm like, if I raised our children in this, do their dynamics and my dynamics match up to make an ultimate awesome human being?
Yeah.
You
Now,
know, like, and
the
there's always,
likelihood.
there's always a caveat.
No, I just think the beautiful is a stretch. I think the odds that the families interacting will be beautiful is not slim, but much less likely. I just think, will they be able to get along?
I agree, but I also love seeing when like two families are like very close
Like
to
become
each other.
one,
They
yeah.
become like
No, I agree.
like I just think that, and like you said, it's unfortunately a slim chance,
Very slim.
you know.
You're
but
grabbing two massive groups of different people.
massive groups of different people who probably don't live near each other and don't have enough time to really get to know each other.
Yeah.
And
keep in mind, there is such an incentive for both families at that point to
Exactly.
merge.
Exactly.
So it's not like, it's more likely that they get along because we're humans. That's how you act. That's how you
Exactly.
behave. And that is how I see I've seen many different families come together and get along really well, ensemble.
Exactly, and it's funny because like in my family, you know, before my grandma passed, it was funny because her and my other grandma would text.
That's so tight.
They were homies, and
That's
so it was
cool.
like they like came together and they're like homies. So it's like, like you're like that's kind of dope. Like if your families are texting each other
Yeah.
and there's like a mass, and even our buddy Gordon,
Yeah.
his family and his wife's family are extremely close. They're group chat.
Yeah.
Like so everybody's always talking to each other. So it's like everybody's always at like it's like one conglomerate.
Well, I'll take this a step further because I'm a very good
Please.
example for
He's
this
a
scenario.
good stepper.
My brother and his wife,
Mhm.
our families have gotten along great for years. Now, and again, I think I am a good example of why, like, my parents and my sister-in-law's parents get along very well.
Yeah.
Take it even further, though, I and their family am very close. Like, I was just telling someone the other day, I'm like, my sister-in-law's grandmother and grandpa, probably on both sides, will be at my wedding. Like, again, I could roll up to probably any family member of her.
When are you getting married?
Soon. I'm working on it. I could roll up to probably 90% of her family members' homes, and on a random Tuesday afternoon, and they would let me in. It actually sounds better when it's my brother's. It was his girlfriend. I have zero relation to any of these people, but I could literally walk in any of their homes.
Well, what's really cool, and like you know, we'll get back to red flags in a second, but what's really cool about you is, I feel like you're like that with everybody. You know, like,
Yeah, that's true.
and I'm just
Good
like,
point.
like I'm just saying, like, we have a fire department
Mhm.
across the street.
Mhm.
I would put all of the money I've made for the past month, which isn't a lot. I would put a lot of money on.
Good thing not put mine.
Exactly, I wouldn't put any of our money. I would put all of the money that we have right now on this table and say, if you walked in there, you would be welcomed in.
I'd be going back.
Just by exactly, like they'd be like, Jordan's coming back. Like they would set up a
I'd
house.
schedule our next
Like, yeah,
event.
exactly. Like they'd be like, you're gonna come to the company
Yeah.
barbecue. Like it's like,
Mhm.
like that's just the kind of person you are, where you're so good at like, just becoming a part of the family.
Yeah.
You know, and I've seen that in friends of ours where you first met their family, and then it's like, just the interactions I watch you have. I'm just like it's like you've met them and known them for years, and you're like that with families. I'm like that with just personal people.
Yeah.
Where it's like I can make you feel like I've known. Like one of my gifts is people will just open up to me
Yeah.
about everything. Like they'll tell me everything the first time I meet them. Like, and I'm just
Because
like,
you're again like that really good listener.
I'm just a good listener.
And
yeah.
but not only listener, you're really good at like helping people, and just like I think what you do like mindset coaching and stuff. That is such a powerful thing because it applies to everybody in the world, and it's like that's the one thing that most people need. It's like therapy but casual. It's like casual life therapy. So it's like every person in this world right now could use that in some regard. So the fact that you do that makes people like, oh wow, this might be the person I need to
Yeah.
talk about these things with. So yeah, no, I think that is your gift for sure.
Oh, hey, we've got a guest.
There's a little birdie behind the camera.
Yeah. Hello there.
I shall name him Sam.
Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Sam.
And if it's a girl, perfect.
Yeah.
Samantha.
I was gonna say Samuela. Whoops.
Samuela.
Samuela.
That would be Samuel and Samuela. Hey, Sam, I think can be short for Samuel. And Samantha, I guess can be short for Samuel.
Samuela.
Oh my God.
Wow.
All right, so how do we? Okay, so now we're on this big trajectory. I need to somehow take the rope back.
Yep, take that rope.
So something about family was a red flag.
Yep.
We went off on the tangent of dating a family, which is perfect.
Yep.
Then we went off on some other tangents.
Yep.
Now we'll go back to red flags.
Red flags.
Now-
What's a red flag for you? You just
Red
spit
flags for
all
me.
over my face.
I did. How did that noise make a spit?
I don't know.
I went.
But I am just covered in. I'm not gonna wipe it.
Don't. It'll dry.
I'm just.
It'll
I'm just,
dry.
I'm just gonna, it's kind of a. It's been dry here lately. It was.
It's like one of those mist.
Yeah,
those
exactly.
mist fans.
Yeah,
Just to cool it down a little
yeah,
bit.
it's enjoyable.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
Red flags for Jordan. Like you said. Damn, I want to touch on all yours. Patience is a huge one.
Yep.
It's honestly like red flags to me are just like it's like your bad character seeping through. It's like I'm looking for any sort of like, you know, like if you put on thermal goggles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what shows up a lot in thermal goggles.
And let's just preface this really quick. Everybody's got a red flag.
100%.
to them. Like we all have our shit. Like you have
Yeah.
your red flags. I have my red flags. Like everybody's got things that other people aren't gonna like, and some people just don't care about those red flags. Like
Yeah.
like we said, red flags are so like it's our red flags. You know, like my red flags could like I could hate people who like I could hate being around people who are impatient. Somebody else could just be like just as impatient and be
Yeah.
like, that's not a big deal to me.
So that is essentially the definition, the conceptual definition of a red flag. It's something that draws a flag
Mhm.
that you will then go in and analyze. It doesn't once the flag's up doesn't mean it's done.
Yeah.
It caught your attention.
Exactly.
It's something to think on. And so as you get these little red flags, you sit on them. You think, okay, how detrimental could that be?
I do think there are some major red flags though that halts production in a sense. If we're talking in that sense. In
You got something to put out here? What would be a make it or break it red flag for you?
we know what's coming. You and I, we already talked
Okay,
about
I
this.
know that one's that big for you.
It's
I joke about it. I don't know how.
I mean, I would look at that and just it's not that big. Like I would get past it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones where I'm just like
It would be something I genuinely think about.
I don't like this. Like
Yeah.
I would it would be like a daily thing of like shit. And
I
like,
will judge them,
I will judge them
and I should not be judging
the
them.
problem with it is that it's always there. Like you will never get away from. Like you're living staring at the red flag. Like
There could be an accident.
fuck, there could be an act. Yeah.
Might accidentally get away.
There's
Should
a-
we just get into it?
I mean, let's keep going a little bit. We gotta finish our red flags before we get into this.
Also, one thing I wanted to mention on the pod, as this continues to grow, I mean, we're doing like 23 to 27 episodes a month right now. I'm sure there'll be a month. Nah, I don't know. Realistically, I don't know if there'll be a month where we do every day. It would be cool if we hit that. I will probably have a month because this series will extend beyond Two Guys and a Sunrise eventually. So I will probably eventually have a month where I do a pod every day.
Same. I will follow him.
It's the other series, and Scotty's still there. They're like, "Is this not? I thought Scotty's from Two Guys and a Sunrise." Nah, he's an
No, he's one guy in the morning.
He is the co-host of all of them. And so we do want to do a Scotty and a Jordan episode, which someone had mentioned. So shout out to them. I don't remember who mentioned it. Where it's a full interview. So like you will get the entire.
It was a Daniel, I believe, right? Was it Daniel? Somebody?
Yes, it was Daniel McAfferson. I see him all the time, so I know, like I see his name all the time. Cool person.
Shout Daniel.
There will be a time when we do a full episode. That way it's like the Scotty episode and the Jordan episode. We'll just do like a full interview. Like I will interview Scotty for his episode as if he is a guest on the podcast and vice versa, but we need more love first. Now, how the fuck did I get into that?
I have no idea, but back to red flags.
Back to red flags.
Yep.
We're not getting in on that one yet.
Nope.
I'm just trying to think of the ones that like would actually set me off. Like again, it's all those are just traits to me that I notice in people, and they would immediately drop a flag. Like I'd be like, oh, like you're not truthful. Like that's not cool.
Yeah.
You're impatient. That's a lack of perspective. You are like I don't know. I would judge the actions based on the behavior. Like you gotta understand, like patience itself isn't that harmful.
No.
But it's the lack of perspective and patience that then tells me that you probably have a lack of perspective elsewhere. And that's an issue for me. And so
another red flag for me is complaining.
Oh yeah, again, another lack of perspective.
Perspective. Yeah.
Maybe that's my red flag. Maybe it's like you have to. Action's a good point. I have a really hard time being friends with people or family people that lack perspective.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's like my driving compass in my life. So it's
Same.
like very tough for me to be around people that the largest attribute I have doesn't even exist in them or struggles to exist in
Well,
them.
mine's gratitude. I cannot be around people who can't find like anything to be grateful for. Like I can't do it.
Ungrateful people suck.
Yeah.
I'll say it right now.
Yeah. If you're watching this and you're ungrateful, find some gratitude. Find some stuff to be grateful for.
I don't think you
There's
suck forever, but you suck right now.
You can find a lot of stuff to be grateful for right now. You're watching this.
And like I literally think that extends on so deep. Like circumstances, there could still be some other like, oh, you don't know my circumstances. I don't give a fuck.
I've seen.
I just watched you type that on YouTube.
Yeah.
I know your circumstances enough to know that you have something to be grateful for.
Yeah.
God, that got really harsh.
It's real. Though.
Tough love, baby. Can we just go into the one, dude? I want to talk about it. It's clouding my memories.
So, there's
a lot of people we're gonna offend with this one.
Yeah.
This is very personal to me.
Should we just count it down and just say the word?
What if we start with the one that's even more of a red flag first? That won't offend anyone.
That one's okay. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Fish.
People with fish.
Yeah.
With one fish.
If you have a fish, what is wrong with you?
That's the stupidest pet ever.
One step further than that, if you have a fish and it has a name,
it's bigger red flag.
You're a different kind of psycho.
Listen, this is why. There's a formula for why. In life, we make decisions.
Yes.
Our goal in life is to be happy.
Yes.
There's certain things that create happiness.
Yes.
When you make decisions, there's some sort of an exchange. There's always a give and take.
Yes.
A fish provides much less than it gives.
It has no value.
Provides much less than it requires.
Yes. It has no value.
People pet their fish, but that does not put dopamine through their body.
When would you go in and pet your fish?
Also, I ain't fucking hanging out with someone that pets a fish.
Like,
I'm not doing it.
Like, literally, you have a fish. It's in a tank. It doesn't give you love.
How many minutes?
It doesn't know you're there.
Let's say you're 7.
Okay.
That's a good benefit of the doubt. Because 7-year-olds might be intrigued by fish.
Yes.
How many minutes a day do you think they look at that fish?
They don't give a fuck.
Okay, maybe they do one day. Maybe they're like, whoa, check out Swimmy.
See, I think we need to go a little step backward because I have friends who have massive fish tanks. That's cool.
That's great. That's why I said one fish. Yeah. I said one fish.
One fish.
Maybe 2. You have 2 fish.
You have 2 fish?
Fuck you.
Yeah, you're getting up there a little
You're just
bit.
trying to be a fish tank, but you're still wasting your time.
You're not. So
how many minutes a day do you think they have to clean that tank?
That's what I'm saying.
How many minutes a week do they clean that tank?
And they stink if you don't clean it.
You gotta feed them? Already a waste of time. You're already net negative.
100%.
First time you ever feed the fish, you've spent more time maintaining it than it has provided you with something.
Also, it can't do anything to tell you when it's hungry, when it needs things. Like a dog will come and it'll get your attention. A fish will not do shit. One day you just wake up and that fish is just like, I'm fucked.
I'm a fish.
I'm dead. Like
I'm still a fish.
Yeah,
You wake up the next day, I am still a fish.
I'm still a fish.
And then listen, I'm not here to judge the fish, but he just like swallows balls from the sky when he eats.
Yeah.
Like really? Just figure out a more normal way to eat.
Yeah, no, I hate fish.
I'm so happy we live in Arizona, because if we were in California and the sharks heard me say this,
you'd be dead.
It'd kill me. And sharks, I would never talk shit.
Let's just say that. But no, if you have a pet shark, you're dope.
That's tight.
You're dope.
That's sick.
Because I would sit there for hours and just watch a shark go around. You will never catch me in front of somebody's fish tank going like, you know what, this goldfish.
Imagine this, the most inhumane thing ever. So we cannot do this.
Okay.
But I want you to imagine.
Okay.
You go into some millionaire's home.
Okay.
Big old palace.
Okay.
And he's got this you know those pools that you can see in the pool from underneath?
Yes.
He's got like a pool-sized fish tank.
Okay.
And there's just a great white swimming around.
That'd be sick.
Like midday, 2 p.m. you're eating some fucking chicken fried rice and there's just a great white swimming by.
That'd be sick.
It'd be really fucked up.
That'd be sick though.
If it was a spider, I wish there was a way that spiders. I wish spiders were as cool as sharks, because spiders could all die tomorrow.
Yeah.
I feel zero remorse.
I mean, we could go into that topic too. Who collects spiders as a pet?
Tarantulas are kind of cool.
Tarantulas I'm not talking about tarantulas. Tarantulas are dope.
Well, I don't think anyone then to answer
There
your
are
question.
people who own spiders.
Like little ones?
Little spiders.
Yeah,
If
fuck those
you
people.
go to like an exotic pet shop, they sell little spiders.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I've never seen little spiders in it.
We could go to an exotic
Are
pet
those
shop
just
today.
little big spiders? Will
No,
they grow to be big
they
spiders?
are just little spiders.
For fucking who?
People who collect spiders.
No.
I'm not kidding.
I mean, like, listen, are they studying the spiders?
No, one of my buddies in Tucson has a pet shop, and they sell. It comes in like little itty bitty cups, and they have spiders in
Well,
them.
he's a part of the fucking problem.
Sorry, Michael, you are. But like,
How many do you think those spiders get let out by some little 7-year-old weird spider kid?
I just don't understand who is like. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna
No.
go out and buy a spider. I can go find you a spider. You're
I don't-
wasting your money. And going back to fish, you are buying a fish.
Oh my god, it takes you're maintaining that little fucking spider.
I know. You have to buy bugs for it. You have to buy bugs for your bug.
You're feeding the thing that should die.
Yes.
Kill it.
Yes.
If it's a tarantula, it can stay.
No, if you're a tarantula, chill.
You know what?
Like,
All the spiders in the world can die besides tarantulas. Those
Yeah,
are cool. They're
tarantulas
almost
are-
rodents.
they're kind of fun. They're nice.
They are. I'm not sure they're all nice.
I mean, I found some pretty nice.
I'm sure they all
tarantulas.
start with good intent.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
then if you threaten them, they hurt you.
Exactly. They show up. They do their job. You know, they're quiet. They work at Amazon, and then they just go home and hang out with their kids.
Okay, before we get back to fish, I
Okay.
think flies should absolutely go extinct, and mosquitoes are the most purposeless creatures on this fucking planet.
Like, I just don't understand what a mosquito's benefit to the world is.
Should
Like,
natural selection have killed them out years ago when
I
they served no
always just-
fucking purpose?
I always just try to think of like return on investment. Like,
What's the ROI on the
what's
mosquito?
the ROI on mosquitoes? Like, they don't do, like, because you can look at like bats. You're like, okay, what's a bat do? A bat
It
eats.
causes pandemic.
It eats all of the bugs that we don't want around.
Sorry.
Okay, it's all right.
Can I say the P word in these videos?
I mean, we might get
YouTube's
flagged.
gonna
Yeah,
flag
We're
me,
gonna
dude.
get flagged, but like, what's the like? There are some animals out there that just don't provide any value to the world. Anything. Like,
You know what? We could do an entire podcast on animals that provide no value.
yeah, we could.
We're gonna do it. It's time we tell them.
Yep.
The fish wasn't even the real red flag.
No.
I mean, that is a severe red flag.
Fish
That's
is a-
more of a red flag than what I'm about to say.
Yep.
This one though is common, and it makes me think. Just say it. Just tell them, dude. That's because I don't want to tell them.
Cats.
At my mom.
Cats.
Does any of your family have a cat? I keep spitting on you, right?
Yeah, I'm just, you know.
Sammy Sprinkler this morning.
Dude, hey, it's been.
Samuel Sprinkler.
Samuel Sprinkler. Samuela.
Samuela Sprinkler. Hey, can we get a Samuela Sprinkler in the comments? Thank you.
She hits us up. What's wrong with my name?
Yeah, people who own cats.
People who own cats.
I don't know why it's a red flag, and I'm sorry. I really am, because there's so many of you out there. It's a red flag to me.
Yes.
From probably more of a relationship, and then also kind of a friendship standpoint.
Yes. Like, they provide more value than fish.
A lot more.
A lot more value than
I'd
fish.
say, arguably, they almost provide as much value as they require
Exactly.
caretaking.
I have never met a cat that I was like, this could be my buddy. You know, when you meet dogs, you're like, I can hang out with this guy.
My dog, not so much.
Not
but
your dog.
I do, but most
there
people-
are dogs where you're like, that would be a friend of mine.
I'd say most of them.
Most of them. I would be
Almost
like,
all of them.
I have never met like a cat's like when you go to someone's house and like they have like a brother or something and you're trying to be nice, but the guy just goes, hey, and just like walks by. You never have a conversation.
That is so true.
You never have a conversation with them.
So
You see them once in a while and they just walk by and you're like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, hey. You're like,
It's just that hermit family member that
Yep.
doesn't interact with anybody.
exactly. And you kind of know they're there because when you're like in their house, you kind of smell pizza rolls once in a while. And then you're like, the microwave goes off. You're like, who's that? They're like, oh, it's my brother.
I'm gonna be clear. If you own a cat,
Yeah.
I know the second I walk in the house.
100%.
I'm not saying all cats are dirty. You could have a clean.
I-
What do people say around the house? I keep a clean, tight something.
A clean, tidy
I keep
home?
a tight home tight.
Yes.
Whatever. Even if that's you, I still fucking know you have a cat.
And I'll even take it a step further. There are some people in this world, I don't even have to go to your house. I look at you, and I'm like, you have a cat.
And you honestly, judgmental from the start.
Judgmental from the
But
start?
if you were right, no longer judgmental.
Nope. And it's one of those things. And also, what's even weirder is there's some of the, like, I think it's even weirder when I meet someone and they're the coolest person in the world, and they're, like, awesome. And then we go to their house, and I'm like, and the first thing they go is
12
like, they're just like, oh, these are my cats. I'm like,
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
No.
No, don't do that.
Dude, it's just okay. We must give benefits of the doubt.
Yes.
I've met some cool cats. Maybe you haven't. I've met a couple cool cats. I've met some cool cats.
Some cool cats.
Talking about actual cats.
Yes.
I've met some cute ones, and they're nice. And I'm like, that's a cute cat. I still wouldn't own one.
No.
And I still think you could have picked a better pet.
Yeah.
That's the problem is you chose one over a dog. Just buy the dog.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
responsibility's not that much different.
Also, your cat just like leaves.
I don't even see it 90% of the time.
It's just not there. It's like a demon.
It's under the bed most of the time.
Like your cat doesn't want to hang out with it. Your cat doesn't want to hang out with people. Don't own the cat.
There's a reason why dogs try to fucking murder them at all times because they know they're bad for
home.
Bad for home.
Yeah.
Kiki's watching this. Bad for home. They're just. It's like lions are a good example of where cats are supposed to be. If you look at the rest of the feline group, they're meant to roam the Sahara.
Exactly.
Not your fucking living room.
Yes.
Or you're under your bed.
Also, when you're an asshole of a cat.
Fuck you.
First of all, fuck you. Secondly, the noises you make. Like, if a cat hissed at me, like
I want to punt it. Is that inhumane?
I was about to say the same thing. I'm glad you said it first.
I
I'm
literally. Sorry.
If a cat hissed at me, I'd just be like, I could boot you.
I'm not going to.
I'm not going to.
I don't think.
I just like if you touch me.
I'd say here we go. That could be a red flag in me. I do lack sympathy for a couple of animals. Mm-hmm. Dogs under 15 pounds. I'm less likely to punt a bunny than I am a small chihuahua.
Yes.
I genuinely, I'm aware this is my red flag. Mm-hmm. I told you, I am the most sensitive little man ever. I shot a bunny one time with a BB gun and like half killed him and it ruined my year.
Yeah.
That's not me. I don't even know if I could hunt. Yeah. I think I would, no. Unless I'm going to eat it, I can't hunt. I'm not going to kill an animal for fun. That's not me. Now, I think I could punt a chihuahua a football field and feel almost nothing.
It depends on the chihuahua.
Is that far?
That's pretty far, yeah. It's
for
good.
Me, I don't know if it depends.
That's a good kick.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. Like logistically.
Oh, no, yeah.
But emotionally, I think I could. That's a red flag, right? That feels pretty red flaggy.
Having a chihuahua?
Being able to punt a small dog and feel no remorse.
I mean, that's probably. I would think about that when I was becoming friends with you.
I mean, I've never done it, so I think maybe if I actually did it, but I like to think that
maybe
I could.
Maybe it's like, maybe I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I think. No. Realistically, I'd probably talk in big game.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a.
But I still think I lack some sort of sympathy.
Sympathy.
I lack some sympathy. I lack some sympathy in just thinking it, but I do not feel remorse thinking it.
I just like. I could not imagine having a cat, and like because they come within punting distance every time when they do that little thing where they walk between your legs and they're just like snuggling up on you. It's like, dude, you are just wiping your day on me. Like,
if you're wearing black pants, you now the cat owes you new pants.
That's what I'm saying, and it's like you are wiping your day on me, and then like if I say hi to you, like I've had cats come up to me and they're like super nice, and I'm like trying to be nice back. I'm like, what's going on? And then they just take off, and I'm just like if a human did that where they came up and shook my hand and then I showed them like some kind of like, how's it going? Like show them a little interaction and then they like run off. I'm like, you're a dick. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't.
You came to me.
I wouldn't hang out with them again.
You came to me.
Dude, I'd say this. And this isn't bias. I have a good test group. Majority of the cats I've met, not friendly.
No.
And I could go a step further. A lot of that majority, like, not friendly. Like, my mom's cat is a demon.
Uh-huh.
Like a demon. Like I literally go to say I have no trust in that cat. Every time I go to even get near it, it looks at me and it's like it just starts to think about growling or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes.
And then I go to reach out and she's like.
Also, cats are just waiting for you to die. Like I want you all.
I'm waiting for the cats.
I want all of you to Google this right now. When people die in their homes, when they have cats, the cat will eat them. It is
I've heard of that. Cats do eat their owners.
Cats eat their owners.
Which means they have zero sympathy for you.
They didn't like you to begin with.
Fuck, that's so true. And you guys don't believe me? Watch. You keep talking, I'm going to Google this.
Yeah.
There's so many stories.
Cats literally eat people. I've never heard of a dog eating its owner once the owner dies. Dogs cry. Cats eat you.
Very, very primal of them.
Yes.
I respect it. They're hungry.
I get it.
Like, listen, we lack. That's almost a character trait we lack.
But let's also think about it this way. I've been to many of people's homes that have cat feeders, and there's food always in the feeder.
And you think the cat ate the human and didn't even finish its food?
I think so.
You roll up to the house. Turns out the cat got hungry and started eating the owner, but the food bowl was full.
Yeah,
they didn't touch her.
This man has been dead for 7 hours.
All right, all right.
The food's not touched.
Now we're gonna wrap it here. I'm so sorry if we offended you. I know a lot of people own cats. My mother owns a cat.
Yes.
I don't feel a lot of remorse for this because it's how I feel, and I talk about the things I feel.
Yep.
And I don't feel bad for them.
No.
Now, sorry if that's you. If you agree, let us know in the comments. If you don't agree, you're free to give us a rebuttal down below. Yes. Now the fish one, don't even fucking try. There's no rebuttal.
If I get a single picture of somebody's fish, I'm blocking them.
If you sent me a photo of like an empty fish tank, respect.
Respect.
I don't even need to know. You don't even need to tell me what happened. Just respect.
Yeah, exactly.
It was probably a beta fish that lived to 7 days old because it just decided to die.
And it went from one tank to another one that flushes.
Okay,
So,
Scotty, if we were out in the desert, me and you,
yes,
we're starving to death.
yes.
And clearly, I'm going to go out first. Right?
Oh,
Like you... I mean, if we're starving to death, by the way, you're going out first. Because you have... that body scan yesterday told you were 6%. So,
4.
Trust me, my body's got a lot more living in it than yours does. So let's say, hypothetically, I go out first and we both know it's clear.
Yes.
You eating me?
I couldn't.
Once I go?
I couldn't.
What if it's you die? You dying before you eat me, or are you going to eat me?
I mean, I'm going to bury you.
Really?
Yeah, I can't.
You're going to die?
I'll go. I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll try, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But
You can do it.
I couldn't do it.
But what if I'm already gone?
I just don't. I couldn't do it.
But think about this. You're in a healthy mindset right now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be thinking that.
I wouldn't be
Your
thinking
instincts
that.
would be kicking in.
But
You turn
like,
into a wolf.
You're still my buddy.
But I mean, you're dead, buddy.
Let's put it this way really quick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna just.
he gives me the question back. I go, yes.
I'm gonna twist it for you.
Okay.
You're out in the wilderness.
Okay. So we're no longer in the Sahara.
Yeah. You're in the wilderness.
Great.
You've got Rory.
Yes.
Rory dies.
Yep.
Eating Rory?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Of course.
Okay. Animal.
I'm not gonna die. Listen, if Rory's already, I'll die for. See, that'd be kind of stupid. Like, listen, I love that dog more than life. I'd probably go to prison for that dog.
Yes.
I won't die for him because I feel like if you're gonna die for your dog, you gotta understand the exchange value of life here. Yes. Rory is valuable.
Yes.
Rory, though, doesn't contribute that much to society. I will contribute much in my lifetime to society if I make it. It's not promised, right? If I die tomorrow, I didn't contribute that much.
You're putting a lot of value on
now, that's just an understanding of... Like, I think we can all understand humans are the most valuable creature in the world as far as we've built everything from the ground up.
Are there people... Why did we rope this back into cannibalism? But anyway...
I'm just...
How did we do this?
I was thinking about
it's not even
cats
Halloween. I mean,
eating owners.
Yes, I get it.
That's very primal of them. That's instinctual.
So...
That's survival.
I wouldn't eat you, but there are people I would eat.
You wouldn't eat Rory? You would chow... You'd eat that dude's ham like a chicken leg.
But here's the thing is, I would eat Rory right now. like, I don't give a shit. I'm talking loving something.
You're such a dick. By the way, I know this. And I know this, I'll never admit it. If Rory died tomorrow, he will not. He's good. This guy's bummed as fuck, and I know it. And he will never admit that. Even Katie, my brother's wife, frick you. I know you'd be bummed too.
I'd be bummed because it'd make you bummed.
No.
That's literally the
If I wasn't
only
even
reason.
here, you'd be bummed.
Because then that's my situation that I have to take care of. I wouldn't be bummed. I'd be like, fuck, now I have to take care of this.
You'd miss him.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
I would not.
I know, but I know you're not truthing.
It wouldn't change a fucking thing.
You are fibbing.
It wouldn't change a thing. I would be like, the only reason I'd be bummed is because I'd watch you get super bummed, and then I'd be like, it's my buddy's bummed.
That wasn't even sweet of you now to say that.
I would literally
also,
be
I'd
only
eat
upset.
You. thought about it? I'd eat you. Yeah. Primal.
Just because of the
I'm
Rory
primal.
thing.
And listen, you know what? I know you're lean too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even get that much fat. I'd still keep a good physique. Yeah. I'd be in the wilderness. They'd be like, that guy looks great too.
Wow, that guy, he's eating like boneless, skinless Scotty.
How did that guy put on so much muscle through starvation? I ate my friend. He was a good shape,
there
dude.
wasn't a lot. There's a lot of testosterone in that body.
Yeah. Just saying.
Hey. Well, you know what? And And we'll take this a step further. I would hope you would eat me because I want you to keep going.
I'm speechless right now.
Yeah. I would hope that you would eat me, and I'd hope you keep moving on in your life.
I don't know how you expect me to allow you to watch my dog when I'm gone if I know deep down that you wouldn't care that he died.
Okay,
That's a bad babysitter. Would you let a babysitter watch your son if she would only care that your son died because you'd be sad? Riddle me that.
Yes.
You'd let someone watch your son like that?
That's a job.
No. Oh, God. Red flag for Scotty. Any women out there is like, oh, fuck. Next girl who thinks she's having kids with you, I'm going to send her this clip right here. And she'd be like, wow, honey, you would let someone watch our son who doesn't care if our son dies?
That wasn't the question, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I let you watch my dog. You wouldn't care if he dies. Period. Bad babysitter.
I just don't like your dog.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I let you watch him. It's convenient.
Yeah.
It saves me time.
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know if I have much more to go on this episode. This is the most... Oh, my God. This one's tough. We're going to have to put this one out.
Hey, put her out.